Becoming a new parent can be very isolating. Your life is just not at all what it used to be.
Everyone told me that immediately I'd feel like a bond and a connection and a love that you've never felt before, and I just didn't have that.
It's very difficult when you're struggling with your mental health. I just could not get out of the house.
It can be quite common for parents to experience mental health issues, either during the pregnancy or in that perinatal period. I think a lot of mums feel that they're the only one going through that at that stage.
Perinatal mental health can sound quite frightening, but it is just the period during pregnancy and up until the second year of the child's life. And it's a period where parents can experience low mood or anxiety, or just being aware of their emotional well-being during that time.
It's about understanding on a human level, day to day, what people feel. Do they feel exhausted? Do they feel really sad? Are those feelings starting to become uncomfortable? That's what we're kind of trying to promote, that language between friends, families, couples. Some people think this will always be their journey, and that's not the case. We know many families who get access to the right support at the right time make full recoveries.
I never used to be able to talk about my feelings. That's, I think, the biggest thing that I noticed I was struggling with. Just being able to talk about anything without any judgment made you feel at ease, really. And if you were having some trouble, you could relate to how someone else was feeling.
It can be quite an overwhelming time when you have a baby, whether that be your first baby or your fifth baby. Physically, for some people, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I think sometimes, the expectations that we have aren't a true reflection of actually what happens when you have a baby.
I think there's a lot of expectations. Once the baby's been born, that the mums experience that gush of love, and sometimes that doesn't always happen. And then obviously that can make the mum feel really guilty. Sometimes they might feel they're a bit of a failure if they wanted to breastfeed and they can't breastfeed for whatever reason. There's lots of pressures on parents.
I didn't want to admit to everybody else that I wasn't actually feeling the joy and the perceived, fun and excitement that everybody else appeared to be feeling once they had a newborn. I felt a bit lost. I didn't know if this cloud that I kind of felt in my head would ever disappear. I just didn't feel the kind of joy that everybody else seemed to feel. I didn't want to go out with my baby, and I couldn't bring myself to take care of myself because I didn't feel like I deserved it because I wasn't doing a good job at taking care of my baby.
People experience a lot of different signs and symptoms when they're unwell. They can feel that they're crying a lot more. They can feel irritable, that sometimes towards their baby or towards partners or family members. Some people find that their mind's racing all of the time. They can't settle down.
We don't know what we're always bringing to the table when we're becoming parents. Our previous experiences, our mind, our body, and our brains. So if you are starting to feel actually something's not right here, something's not normal for me, it's okay to say I'm not okay.
Mental health is still very much a taboo subject. There is a huge stigma around talking about your feelings. Our son's birth was horrific. Dealing with the repercussions was very, very difficult. If I could give a message to anyone struggling, it would be seek help, try to speak to people. There's only benefits, there's only positives. You don't need to struggle on your own. There's always someone there to help you.
It doesn't matter the background that you come from or your life experiences. It can really happen to anyone at any time, and sometimes it can come on pretty quickly. We don't want to diminish how people are feeling, but there's nothing that you can say that we haven't heard before. And that's what we're here for. We're here to support you through this time. I've experienced postnatal depression myself, so I know what it feels like.
Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed. We're here to help you where we can, really. Just to try and make that difference to those families and the children.
There are services around that want to help you, and never underestimate the things you're doing well. If you need a little bit of support, it doesn't mean you're failing. Sometimes the hardest step forward is to say, I just need a little bit of help.